forgive me? Would you forgive me if I was late because I was playing Genshin Impact? Yo, everyone! Welcome to today's stream! I hope you've been doing great today! Hello! Bienvenidos al stream de hoy, Yo-hooo. No perdonáis si llegué tarde porque estaba jugando al Genshin. Es que estaba como... Venga, solo hago la siguiente parte de la misión y ya lo dejo. Y la siguiente parte de la misión era una cutscene de media hora. Pues como... Pues nada, supongo que llego tarde. I'm sorry. So I was like, yeah, just the next part of the quest. And now we'll leave it there. The next part of the quest was like a 30-minute long cutscene. Anyway, hello everyone! I hope you've been doing well today. Yo Nirvana, yo Makoyo, yo Tetera, yo Luis. No, it was not gambling, okay? It was the story. It was the story. Yo Leo, yo Franchu, yo Copio Princess, welcome. Wait, no va al micro. Mira que lo he arreglado. Lo he arreglado antes de empezar. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Qué te pasa, micrófono? ¿Ahora? ¿Ahora va bien? Mira, literalmente lo he arreglado antes de empezar. Justo he dicho, voy a revisar que el micrófono vaya bien. En fin, ahora sí. Me perdonáis si también el micrófono se me ha mega roto. Stream de lunes de dolor, todo sale mal. Pain Monday stream, everything goes wrong. Yo, Crumpets, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Did you buy your model's chest? No! Why would I? This is just how things are. Okay, let's move on to the drawing stream. Here we go. Today, at least there's gonna be good things to compensate for being late. We are finishing the first list completely. Yup. Looks different. Maybe it's because I'm just like sitting like this. It has never changed. Things have always been like this. Always. So, today we're going to finish with the last two characters. Ta-tan! There's only two left. And the first list will be complete. And then we can move on to the next list, which is also prepared. The file is also prepared, so it's the end of an era and the beginning of another. Let's go! Yeah, I'm sorry for being a bit late. I was trying to plan with time, but no. Before you continue, compare the head size of the first Yomimon to the last Yomimon you did. That's a very good idea, and I can do that right now. You know what? That's a very good idea, actually, to make me suffer. Let's add a bit more pain to Pain Monday, because this was the first one that I did. This was the very first character of the list. This is Lampir. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna check the proportions in comparison to the current characters. Okay, it's not so different actually. I feel like the current characters are like a little bit taller. They have like longer legs maybe. But it's not so different. Look, the head is like the same size. It's the same size. More or less. Maybe the old one is a bit smaller, yeah. Maybe the very first OCs were a little tiny bit smaller, but I guess they haven't chibi-fied a little bit. Some of them are no longer looking as chibi. Yo, Gardenia, welcome! Yo-hooo Werewolf, welcome! Thank you! I'll do my best. This is what you get for playing gacha. I'm sorry, just wanted to finish a cutscene, but the cutscene was like 30 minutes long. It's fine, I'm here now, I'm here and I'm ready. You'll have to go back and adjust the art style. No! I will cry if I have to do that. See? It's not so different though. If you compare them, they're not so different. Yeah. We could justify it saying that Lampir is just like a little bit shorter. I don't know. Maybe it's not so bad. It's not so bad. Yeah. All good. I always make sure that the style is more or less consistent, even if it's difficult. Yep. We're gonna keep going like this. It's gonna be even funnier to compare the very last character of the entirety of the lists, the very last character of the challenge with the first one. Maybe there something else will change. You don't have to rework more than 200 Yomimons then. Yep. I feel like along the challenge some others have turned out a little bit more different. I think some have turned out with way bigger heads than others. But I guess inconsistency is also a sort of consistency when you think about it. If nothing is consistent, that already makes it consistent in a way, doesn't it? I'll try to think about it like that way, so it doesn't keep me awake at night and all that, haha. Please, I don't want to feel the impulse to fix everything. Bye bye, Mako, you have a good night! Thank you so much for coming! I'll do my best. Today we're finishing this too. By the way, oh, before I forget, I'm gonna put the link to the game where these two characters show up in the chat, because like you might have heard 1,000 times already, these are the characters from my latest game. So if you haven't checked it out, you can. Check out my newest game here. This way I can pin that instead of me saying, hey, I'm gonna be late because I was playing Genshin Impact. Haha. There we go. I'm being a good game dev. Telling people to play my games like every game dev should. Let's go. Today, the first list will be finished at last. Can't believe it. It's been 4 years. 4 entire years of these. But it's been fun. I don't know why I'm talking as if this was like the end of the list. It is not. This is just the first season, the longest season of Pain Monday. The challenge just goes on. It's just that this first list was a lot longer than the others. Yo-hooo! Skibidi! Should I call you music or should I call you Skibidi? What do you prefer? I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to you. I do feel like wait a second. This may be something that has changed. The color of the sclera. Oh no, it's the same. It's actually the same. Look at that. It is kind of the same. I think the old one was a bit more desaturated. We're gonna use the desaturated one. Music is less shaming. But it's Pain Monday. In Pain Monday, we're supposed to suffer. Wouldn't it be more fitting to call you Skibidi just to make you suffer? Because it's Pain Monday? Nah, I'll just call you music. Yeah, we're super close to 300! Today we're probably only gonna get to 299, because that's That's what finishing these two characters will be. It's the next two numbers. But we're gonna start sketching character number 300 also. Yeah. But if only there was one more character here. We could have number 300 right there. You know. Wouldn't it be so nice and cool and no, Yomi, you know you shouldn't. You should not do that. You need to restrain yourself from adding another character. Bye bye, Leo! Good luck with work! Thank you so much for coming! I hope it goes well. It's just one empty space. It cannot hurt anyone, right? What can we do? Maybe in the future someone will be in that spot and then I'll have to come back to this list. Because that could happen. If I end up adding more characters to this list, I'm gonna come back to it and be like, hey, today in Pain Monday, we're going back. We're going back to that list. The Yomi decks, yeah. One day, the Yomi decks will be all complete. Sooner, more than later. What are you doing, cats? I hear cats like hitting something. Yo, Safi, welcome! How's it going? Yeah, I am a ghost, indeed. Tis me. Very, very spectral and ghostly ghost, indeed. I hope you're doing well today, and welcome to the stream. I'm drawing my characters, and today finally, after 4 years, I'm gonna be finishing the first list of characters. It's the end of an era, and the beginning of another, because I'm gonna also start drawing the next ones. What if Pain Monday was called Humane Monday? Bunch of dogs got adopted thanks to Yomi. That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. I hope all the dogs that need families can get adopted. Hope they can get good families. Okay, I'm starting to get like Clip Studio muscle memory. I just noticed right now that I was like, wait, how do I put like the because in Clip Studio there's like a button that when you flip the canvas, it puts it automatically upright. But I think there is one here, but I've never used it. Is it this one? Oh, it is. Oh, actually, there is one. Look at that. I've never used that. But in Clip Studio, I use that button a lot, the one that puts the drawing back to its original spot. Since I've been drawing with Clip Studio a little bit lately, it's starting to be ingrained in my brain. That's a good thing, because I've been meaning to get used to Clip Studio for a while. Honestly, Clip Studio feels like it unleashes my potential. I love Paint Sai a lot, but it's true that it feels a bit more limiting in brushes sometimes. So whenever I go to Clip Studio, I feel like I'm Rock Lee from Naruto in the middle of a battle, removing all the extra weights. I feel exactly like that. Like I'm leaving behind the little wheels of my bicycle. I've never been able to ride a bicycle, but we're going with that for the metaphor. But in summary, Clip Studio good. I really enjoy painting in Clip Studio a lot. I definitely want to use it more when I finish recovering the other Paint Mondays that are left, because there's still like 5 or so. I'm gonna be doing also art streams on Thursdays to draw just random things. This way I can use Clip Studio a lot more. Let's go. Okay. We can just use most of the colors from the reference. Paint Thursdays, yep. Yo-hooo, welcome! Paint Thursdays are Paint Monday with another name. They are just Paint Monday. There were some weeks during holidays that I was not able to stream at all. I'm recovering those lost Mondays. But after I finish recovering all of them, we're gonna go back to the usual art streams. Cause I feel like the only thing I'm doing lately is just Paint Monday. And maybe sometimes we play some of the games from the jam, but I feel like maybe I'm doing a lot of the same. I don't know if it's tiring to you guys. I am enjoying it because it's the things I like to do, but I also like to do other things. And I want to do other things. But at the same time, I wanna finish the things that I start. So soon, at least soon, we're gonna be able to recover all the Mondays. And I can go back to doing other things. Yeah, trying new things is fun. I wanna try more new things. But I don't wanna leave the things that I've got halfway done behind. Don't wanna leave those things behind incomplete. But we're getting there. Soon I can go back to doing other things that are not Paint Monday. Let's go. Speaking of new things, I found out the other day about Pokemon Roulette. Have you guys seen Pokemon Roulette? I tried it out a little bit and then closed the tab because I knew that if I kept playing that, I would like get addicted. Don't know if it's tiring to you guys. This is a trap. If we say yes, she's going to triple the paint streams. I mean, I would do it. That would mean that we would finish recovering the Paint Mondays faster. So I would be able to do other things sooner. Win-win. It would be win-win. Want to see you play Yomi Hustle? I'm curious about it because one of the reasons why I have not played that many fighting games is because they don't leave me time to think and I am slow and I'm not good at them. But Yomi Hustle is a turn-based fighting game, so maybe that would be good for me. Truly a fighting game made for Yomis. Could be fun. There's a lot of other games that I want to play. There's so many things. We'll see what else comes up. I've also heard a lot about the French game Expedition 33. I've seen it called French Xenoblade. I don't know how accurate that is, but French Xenoblade does sound interesting to me. I've heard just very good things about it so far. Seems interesting. I don't like turn-based games. I definitely enjoy them a lot more than real-time games. They leave me time to think. But I know for a lot of people it's not the case. I always see people being like, oh, turn-based games are dead. I don't know. Doesn't really feel like it. Turn-based games are cool. I like them. Let that some shine. Meanwhile, the big game of the moment is turn-based. Exactly. Like, I don't know where people get that turn-based games are like dead or that they don't make them anymore. There's a ton of them. There's so many of them. It's just a matter of playing them, looking in the right place. Have you guys played it? It's Patreon 33. If so, how is it? Maybe like this it's good. I don't know. Wait, I've got the colors right there. Oh wait, but not the darker one. Yoko Ronkatsu, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I've been trying to get back into Worms, that's also turn-based. Oh my god, it's been so long since I last heard about Worms. Did they release any new games, or is it one of the old versions? I've never really played any of them. But I remember seeing them around all the time. Years ago. Remasters! Nice. They are keeping the worms alive. As they should. Should be a bit more saturated. There. Maybe these should also be a bit darker, I think. Why are they keeping such a weird dance move? The worms. Because the worms are forever. Worms have always been. Worms will always keep being. Worms were here before we even existed. hard to improve on perfection. The series never evolved much after Armageddon. Hey, if something works, you don't have to change it. If it already works well, and it's good as it is, it's better if they don't change it that much. Yo, Nirvana, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the end of Pain Monday. No, it's not the end of Pain Monday, but... Speaking of the end, that reminds me, the other day, we were talking about animes, and I remember mentioning some animes that I had watched recently. I forgot mentioning some movies that I've been watching. I've been watching the end of Evangelion, actually. I remember just now because of like, it's the end of... But yeah, I watched the end of Evangelion movies. Not too long ago. All 4 of them. I think I enjoyed the last one the most. Maybe because it had like an atmosphere that I enjoyed a lot. But I think I definitely like the 4th more than the others. I'm just biased. I'm just biased with that kind of ambience. I have a feeling worms will one day turn into crabs and thus cease to be. Ah, the inevitability of carcinization. Everything returns to crab, even worms. Yeah. It's the illusion of free choice. Remember watching even in middle school, didn't understand what was happening at all. Me too! I watched it years ago first. And especially around the end, I was definitely a little bit confused, like, okay. Like, I'm talking about the series right now. The series does end on a bit of a confusing note without spoiling anything. It's like, okay, this is something. And then they released the movie that kind of gives a different perspective on the ending. I also watched that recently to, you know, it was a bit of a refresher of what was going on in the end. I was like, okay, so that's what was happening. Now I understand a little tiny bit more. And then you watch the other 4 movies, and it's like, okay, this adds even more layers of things. This is all we could do for an ending due to budget cuts. Hey, somehow it works. It's artistic, you could say. You could say it's an artistic choice. It gives a perspective on things. It's true that I think I haven't seen that many series do things like that. And I guess it's something that you can only do if you can afford to make like multiple versions, which is something maybe they were not planning at the time. But somehow it worked out. I don't know. And I think the 4 last movies kinda close it in a very good way. At least I'm satisfied with the ending. Not bad. It was nice. I biased and Pro, it's so nice to meet you. But it was definitely confusing at the time. And there were definitely things I did not realize back then. Watching series years after, like rewatching things already gives you new perspective on things that you might have already seen. You can always like notice things that you didn't notice before. But it was cool. And the angels are also really cool. They've got really cool designs. They are really unsettling. I remember my favorite one was one that was like a fish in the anime. Let's see. Wait. There we go. Was rewatching The Thing. How was it? I've never watched it. But something I always think about is the jokes with The Thing. Especially in Spanish. We use the word thing a lot for a lot of expressions. One of my favorite monster movies. Nice. Light here. Maybe I'm not even thinking of the same thing. La cosa está dura. Uno de mis favoritos es el que pone... Tengo una cosa pendiente y se ve como una oreja con un pendiente de la cosa. Es maravilloso. I don't know who Kurt Russell is, to be honest. I don't know any names of like actors, but hey, I'm happy for you. I hope you enjoy it. That is good. I think I ended up making this a lot more blue than it was supposed to be. So I'm gonna fix it a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of a color change here. I've got a way to do it, so we're gonna take this. There we go. That's a lot closer to what I remember. Perfect. Inspiration for Solid Snake. As you haven't played it, I hope this clears it. Yeah, I think that helps like ambition a little bit more. Because I have seen Solid Snake at least. Yeah. Haven't played... I only played one of the Metal Gear, the first one. I only like tried to hide and then died. It was like one of the oldest ones. Just one day that I was like trying different games randomly, but I didn't do much more than that. But someday I do want to check out the games, even if it's just like watching them, because I think I would be a bit bad at them. But at least this way I can experience the story. Guessing it's not your type of movie? Probably not, yeah. I'm not much of a movie person in general, so it's hard to tell what would be my kind of movie. I don't know. I can never like describe or find a word for it. I don't know. Que casi no se usa la palabra cosa, todos dicen no vea. Eso es como universal cuando lo piensas, como que todo el mundo tiene una palabra para referirse a cualquier cosa, y eso es muy gracioso. En catalán también tenemos una palabra para eso y se llama el talló. El talló o el d'això, los llamamos así. El eso o el de esto, básicamente. Y así nos referimos a todo. Yo, Samuel, welcome! How's it going? with South America you can see more clearly why even the USA uses it's just southern language. What? Wait, I need the what's the word for this napkin? I think. Pásame la Yomi, ¿cuál Yomi? Ahora en vez de cosa usamos la palabra Yomi. Ahora soy todo el universo. Aquí sobre todo usamos esto, lo de... Pásame el de esto, el aquello. Pero siento que en catalán es más gracioso. I feel like in Catalan it's a lot more funny. Give me the this, give me the that. That's how we say it. Me dio un catarro muy odioso y me duele todo el cuerpo. ¡No! ¡Ánimo! Ojalá te mejores pronto. Eso suena muy horrible. That sounds really horrible. Be strong. I guess there's also been a bit of change of season. Might be. And with the change of seasons, always come colds. It always happens. Los cambios de temporada siempre vienen resfriados por alguna razón. Es inevitable. Ok, almost done. Ya casi estamos. Quizá podemos acabar bastante rápido. No puedo creerlo. Let's go. In terms of movies, thinking about it, I guess I do prefer animated movies. Probably more if they are like fantasy. I think I definitely enjoy animated stuff more than live action most of the time. Oh. Another bit of shading. There we go. Okay, it's time to paint the lines. I think I'm not forgetting anything. Maybe I am forgetting something and I'll remember later, but for now, let's go. Let's paint the lines. We're just a little bit closer to finishing the first list. Yo, Proxy, welcome! ¿Qué tal? Yo-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho-ho. Yo-ho. Ho-ho-ho. Como dice mi papá, la ventaja de las películas animadas es que un dibujo puede hacer demasiadas cosas que la física le impide a una persona real. Eso es cierto. Además también hay más libertad artística con muchas cosas, con el estilo y con los colores. Siento que eso es algo que, aunque se puede hacer con películas con personas, con efectos y demás, en animación siempre va a haber como mucha más facilidad para ello. I feel like also in animated movies there's a lot more freedom in like doing different styles and doing things that would not be able to happen in real life. Even if you can do a lot of those things with the special effects and stuff, you can really make everything in an artistic style. Like it just, I think it can add a lot to like the artistic part of the movie. Both are valid, definitely. There's movies that definitely make the most of the way they are made of. And I think that's the important part. If the movie does its thing the best it can, if that makes any sense. One of my favorite animated movies is Celestine and Ernest. It's a very sweet story and the art style is beautiful. I've never heard of it. What is it about? Let me Google it actually. Oh, that looks so cute! That looks adorable! Oh my god! That looks super cute! I had never heard of it! Nice! Let's get the darker color for the other lines. Here. Finally, I have Celestine on my list. I completely forgot to watch it. Hehe, now you can. Now you can watch it, now that you remembered. Ayer vi Furikuri con un chat y realmente no ha habido mejor serie. Esa serie la vi también, yeah. También siento que es una serie súper confusa para mí. Como que hoy en día aún hay como mucha cosa que no llegué a entender en ese momento. Quizás si la reviera otra vez la entendería mejor. Pero en ese momento fue como un poco confusa. Pero sí que está bien como un poco metafórica. De lo que recuerdo. Siento que tiene un estilo muy propio además. Furikuri has a very its own style, you could say. I remember watching it years ago. And I remember there were a lot of things I did not get at the time. I was a bit confused about a lot of parts of the series. But it felt like it was sort of metaphoric in a way. I feel like if I rewatched it, I would definitely process it a lot better. Oh, cat's making noise. One of my favorite TV shows is Pain Monday. I guess it can be a TV show in a way. Can you imagine we're gonna end up with more chapters than One Piece? Pain Monday, a series longer than One Piece. Pain Monday acabará siendo más largo que One Piece, ya veréis. Me llevaré el récord. There's a version with director commentary and the wiki helps understand a bit more. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Haven't seen the version with the director commentary, but that would be very interesting to hear. I remember watching it, I think I mentioned this, like some time ago. Probably like years ago. But I watched Furikuri in Catalan and on YouTube. I don't know how I found it. It was like, wait a second, it's in Catalan, what the hell? Can't believe I'm finding anime in Catalan in YouTube. Because I was used to watching like anime in Catalan on TV, but I did not expect it to be on YouTube at all. Pain Monday is a great show. This one was my favorite arc. It was also the longest arc. It had a lot of like build up and stuff. Parte 2 de 5 de ligero. Oh Dios, eso trae muchos recuerdos. Los animes puestos en partes en YouTube. Esperé molestarte con una pregunta, asumiendo que tienes más experiencia con la ilustración. Me compré una laptop nueva y con esa ya puedo usar Krita, pero los colores de esa laptop los veo bien. Pero cuando exporto la imagen la veo en mi teléfono en la PC anterior, se ve horrible. Ah, eso pasa por las pantallas. Creo que eso puede ser por la pantalla. Porque a mí me ocurre con mi tableta y con mi monitor principal. El monitor principal es mucho más desaturado. Cuando pongo cosas en la pantalla en la que dibujo, siempre los colores son mucho más vívidos. Y eso a veces me dificulta encontrar los colores correctos porque claro, luego miro el dibujo en otra pantalla y es como, ¿por qué ahora todo se ve mal? ¿Por qué los colores no contrastan tanto? Es algo con lo que estoy teniendo un poco de problema últimamente ahora que uso esta tableta. Realmente la única solución creo que es ir comparando entre una pantalla y otra hasta que encuentres como los colores que mejor se ven para lo que quieres hacer. Yo normalmente es lo que hago. Por ejemplo, me ocurre mucho con los colores oscuros, por ejemplo aquí, que en esta pantalla, la pantalla donde dibujo, no diferencio, no distingo la sombra del color base prácticamente. Pero si lo miro en la otra pantalla, ahí sí que se ve, ahí sí que hay como más diferencia entre los colores oscuros. Esta pantalla tiene mucho menos contraste y eso es un poco incómodo a la hora de dibujar. Así que tengo que estar como mirando entre una pantalla y otra a la vez. Así que es posible que sea simplemente que la pantalla esté un poco diferente. Algo que puedes hacer, pero es configurar un poco el color de la pantalla. Porque ya digo, en esta tableta era peor cuando la empecé a usar. Dije, ok, aquí hay cosas que están fallando un poco con la pantalla. No veo colores. Tuve que ajustarla un montón al principio para que se acercara lo más posible a mi pantalla principal. Y aún así es difícil. Es bastante imposible que sea exactamente igual. Pero es cosa de las pantallas, es inevitable. Es imposible hacer un dibujo que se vea bien en todas las pantallas, porque cada pantalla hace lo que le da la gana. So what I was explaining right now is that, so, you know, each screen shows colors differently, right? That's something that when drawing can be a bit of an obstacle, because for example, the tablet that I'm drawing in has different colors than my main monitor. My main monitor is always a lot more desaturated, and this tablet shows colors with like very vibrant and a bit brighter. The thing is, when I'm drawing in this screen, in my drawing screen, I do have trouble distinguishing like dark colors sometimes and also light colors. For example, here I can barely distinguish between the shadow color and the base color. But if I look at my other monitor through OBS, for example, I can see it there. I can see the difference. It's a bit of a struggle when painting a lot of things because it becomes a bit harder to see contrast and stuff. So the best thing I can recommend is that when you're making a drawing in one screen, always check how it looks in other screens to make sure that it's not like something. How to describe it? Like sometimes the screens are very particular, and maybe you might not notice some weird contrasts in one screen that are noticeable in most other screens. So the best idea is to just check it in multiple screens to see how it looks better. It's a little bit weird. My favorite part of Paint Monday was a tournament arc. It would be funny. It would be funny to make one. A tournament with all the characters, like, you know, like the Tumblr Sexyman tournament. I just put all my characters in like brackets, and you have to vote who stays and who loses. I wonder who would win. I wonder who would be my most popular character. Sesame Street is longer than One Piece. Oh my god, then we're gonna have to surpass Sesame Street. Will Paint Monday be longer than Sesame Street? We'll see. Robin would win, we all know that. Yeah, Robin is great. I think Robin would have high chances. Para mí el arte de Yomi se ve bien en todas las pantallas. Me alegro porque a veces estoy como, los colores me están haciendo sufrir. Sometimes I suffer with the colors, so if my art looks good in most of your screens, I'm satisfied. It's a lot harder to to like decide on colors now, because I have to check on both screens. And sometimes I'm working on this screen with very nice colors, like, oh, this looks so vibrant and bright and nice. And then I look at it in the other screen and it's all gray. It's like, why? Have you checked the sRGB of your monitor or tablet? I found out today that's the thing, so it might explain why your tablet and monitor are so different. Yeah, I did revise that when I got the tablet, and I noticed that the colors were a bit weird. And back then I did adjust it a little bit. I adjust the values so it would be as close as possible to the other screen. But this is the best I could do, how it looks now. That's the best I could do. Something funny, you see that there's like different squares, these color squares where I put each character in? That there's like blue ones and purple ones. This was invisible when I got the tablet, like I saw it like this. I could not see the difference between the blue and the purple. It was totally invisible, the contrast did not exist. So I had to adjust it a little bit to see the squares again. That was the first thing that kinda threw me off when I started using this tablet. I was like, wait a second, where did the squares go? But the squares were there, they were just with zero contrast because the screen was just like that. At some point maybe I'll have to increase the contrast a bit more, at least for the dark colors, because that's something I've been struggling a lot with lately. It's a bit uncomfortable to paint dark colors when I can barely distinguish between them. They want to have a talk with Enix! And that's how Square Enix was born. Literally, that's what happened. Okay, shadows. He's over here. Now with shadows over here. So I always miss a little bit of shadows anyway. Okay, more lights. There we go. Something I also noticed around that time was that a lot of the lines I was painting had a lot less contrast with the rest of the colors. And that's something that I am like a lot more careful now. Good thing that I can look at OBS to check how the colors look. Oh wait, I can just paint all these, no problem. Nice. Cooking. I can't wait for the pixel art season of Paint Monday, guys. That's one of the parts I'm most excited about. when the first Paint Monday ends and the pixel art season starts. Imagine. Nega Yomi arc? Oh no, what's gonna happen there? What's your theory? She would be blue? Also alive? Yomi Pondenia. That reminds me, what would be my inverted colors? I remember checking that one time, but let me see. We're gonna get the very nice photo of me. Let's see. This one works. So what would happen if we inverted my colors? How would Negayomi look like? I would be like kinda magenta, purple. Wait, I'm kind of the same colors. Hold on, I'm still green. I'm still green and pink / purple. What the hell? That's true. This is more like zombie colors. I'm also blue. I'm kind of blue. Isn't it kind of funny that I almost have the same color palette? Some things never change. Amazing. Bizarro Yomi, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Okay. Is that a it has started. The JoJo references. You use bizarre hauntings. It's true, that would be more like a zombie Yomi. Still wouldn't count quite as alive. JoJo has an artist character and Yomi is an artist. Coincidence? There's no such thing as a coincidence. As a manga reader, the pixel art served as a great build-up for the 3D modeling arc. I'm not ready for that season, if I'm honest. I'm not ready for the 3D modeling season. That would definitely take very, very long. Way too long. Wait, are we done? I think we're finished. Wait, that was fast. That was really fast. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I definitely feel like I'm forgetting something and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna add some more shading just in case. This was way too fast. Add some more. But yeah, that's it. That's... Wait, no, of course. The cape. I forgot to paint the colors of the cape. Let me fix this. Aha! You know what why I didn't notice? Because the lines of the cape blend in with the colors of the cape a little bit in this screen. That arc was very lighthearted compared to the wood carving arc. Yeah, I'm not really ready for that. But at the same time, wouldn't it be cool to make figurines of my characters? That's like the dream. Having a figurine of one of my characters. If I could have that someday, I think I could go to the afterlife peacefully. I would be happy forever. When the bronze and stone sculpting arc. Oh my god. My OCs are gonna end up in museums. Imagine. That would be cool. It would be really cool. Let's have the feet all over here. There we go. That's it? Yeah, we're finished. We're actually finished with this. Maybe I can make this a bit darker for contrast. There we go. I need Yomi to sculpt the mountain with her OCs like Mount Rushmore, Mount Maya. Oh my god. Making a Mayo figurine though. It would be really cool. Making a Mayo figurine. Wow, I need the Mayo figurine. That would be so cool. I need one. Aliens in the future after nerfing one of Yomi's sculpture. Why does this wizard look so sleepy? They found Pedranel. Yep. Okay, this is one finished character. Let's update the OC count. And we're only one away from the end of this list. Oh my god. Albedo, you are the chosen one now. Never mind that your friend is the chosen one. Now you are the chosen one. They have swapped roles. Albedo is the hero of Pink Monday. Why does this character look like past? Come on! Good thing that you chose pasta for that and not the other name. Because that would take a completely different turn. I missed a line over here. Here, there we go. There's also something a bit off in the mouth still. There we go. Now it's good. I do wonder though about who would be the most popular character. Someday it would be fun to make a tournament or popularity poll if my characters become more well known. I think it could be fun. Even if some characters end up at the bottom of the list, I think it would be fine because I also personally have some of my characters at the bottom of my list. I I say I love my children equally, but is that really true? Maybe some do get more love than others. They look so cute, thank you! I like them a lot. I like most of my OCs equally. Maybe some more than others. You're supposed to say I love them all equally. A little bit. Sometimes I feel like, I don't know, you've seen a meme about like a photo of two cats, and there's like, how did it go exactly? Let me find it because it represents these very accurately. I found it. This is me with some of my OCs. My son Egg and his brother Cheese. Are they not both your sons? Why is Cheese not given the son title? I don't like him. Look at them, they are both so cute though. They are adorable. Now they will get paranoid, secretly thinking that they are the one who you don't like. I mean, if they are like the cheese of my OCs, why would they be surprised? Someone has to be egg and someone has to be cheese in this world. Instead of chicken crocodile, this time it's you are either egg or cheese. You can't eat a sandwich without cheese. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can make a sandwich with just bread and ham, for example. It's still a sandwich. It doesn't necessarily have to have cheese. Cheese is not obligatory. Cheese is optional. More there. Maybe a bit more blue to differentiate it. It still looks kind of teal. Pale green. You can have a cheese lady without cheese. I guess that's true. But it's okay. I like Reckelford, my wife, as cheese. Cheese. That was unintended, pun intended. I love her as cheese. You could say yeah. But it's okay, most of my OCs, I like them equally. Most of them. And that means a majority. So most of them don't have anything to worry about. It was very good. A bit more green. Here we go. something funny that happened, like in terms of like, speaking of like character popularity, something I was surprised to see was that people liked Dot a lot more than I expected. I thought actually that people were not gonna like her much. But it's like the character I've heard people say the most that they like. So I'm glad. Sometimes I guess that happens. Like the character you expect people to like the least ends up being the most popular. Surprising. And it's also a relief, honestly. Let's fix this a bit. And to capitalize on that popularity and turn her into a grand character. A limited unit. Oh, that reminds me, I need to read the Granblue event. I still haven't read it. I need to. It ends like in some hours. Still haven't tried your game, sorry. Don't worry. There's no hurry at all. The game isn't going anywhere. And also, if I end up updating it before you play it, you won't have to play the incomplete jam version. You can wait until the complete one. Have 20 hours, maybe less, to read it. I think probably less. I need to read it. I'll read it after the stream really fast. I really want to read it. There's still time. But it's okay. Don't worry if you don't have time to play any of my games. In the end, if I end up updating them, they are gonna be even better. And also they are not going anywhere, so you can always find them there. And itch.io for free for now. For now, all of them are free. Maybe in the future some of them won't be, but for now they are all free. Yeah, I've been a last day event reader for a while in Granblue now. Sometimes I end up not having time to read them because, I don't know, I end up just not feeling like reading. But someday I'll read them in the journal or something. Porrascate! It's I didn't expect that. I didn't expect either of those. They are like two completely different jokes, but I did not expect either of them. Yo, Kyle, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! I'm gonna put the link in the chat since we're at it. If anyone wants to play or check out my games, here they are. There's like 7 of them now, somehow. I don't know how it got to that number, but that's a lot. 7. Every time I look at that, I feel like, wow, this itch.io page is starting to look a little bit full of things. Yeah, thank you. I've been thinking lately about a new idea for a game. It's always bad news when I say that. So what I'm gonna do is write it down in my list of ideas. It's like you the things or something can help it. I am Catalan and Catalanes hacemos cosas. We Catalans do things. That's like it's a meme actually. There was like a previous Spanish president that said, yeah, Catalans are very hardworking, they do things. Kinda became a meme, that moment. Didn't expect either of them. I guess you could say they went beyond your expectations. Oh my god, is that a 2025 RPG Maker Game Jam reference? Half of the last one she made pretty cool. I'm curious about the music though. You composed it? Wait, the last one, Moonlight Blast? I did not compose the music. All the music in Moonlight Blast is from royalty-free websites that also allow for commercial use. So I just looked around the websites to see what music would fit, and I chose those songs. I did compose music for 2 of my games. One of them is Goodbye Tire Stars. That one has fully music made by me. And Theros has like 3 or 4 tracks that I made. All the others are from free sound and stuff. But there's 4 that I made. I like Catalonia. I like Catalonians. They do things. That's basically what he said, yeah. They do things. Come on. I mean, it's true. It's true, but imagine a president saying that. Amazing. El presidente dijo, si usted maneja, no conduzca. Man, why do some presidents have super funny quotes? Like the same guy that said that quote about Catalans do things has entire lists of quotes of like stupid things that he said. It's like the funniest thing. Let me find some of them because I know how to find some of them. Wait. It's like incredible. Let me see. For example, sometimes the best decision is not to take any decision, which is also a decision. A drinking glass is a glass, and a plate is a plate. I work every day 12 hours 40 minutes. We are feelings and we have human beings. By the way, that was also a quote that he said. There's like some very, very silly quotes there. It's amazing. Okay, let me continue before I start laughing too much at this. We have to make machines that make machines, because making machines is something machines cannot do. Yeah, that is also something that he said. Amazing. Back to the music. I definitely want to try composing more music. For this new idea I had, I don't want to try making the music myself. But of course, I can't start making another game now. I need to finish things before I start making more games. And I already promised the next thing I would finish would be the next story of the Dreaming World, so I'm gonna keep that small idea in the idea list. I've got like 5 ideas in the idea list for short games and things. So at some point, maybe I'll work on another short project for a jam. I keep those game ideas mostly for if any chance to work on them in a jam comes up. So yeah. I definitely wanna try participating in another one someday. Platos has been real quiet ever since your president dropped those quotes. Yeah, right? All the philosophers are in awe. of that guy's wisdom. There's some that feel like I don't know what he was thinking. There's one that goes, "What we have done, which you, sir, haven't done, is deceiving people." The guy just said that out of nowhere. I think he meant to say like the opposite, but so deep. Let's see. There's also another quote that goes, "I'll always be behind you, or in front, or at one side." I put an entire list, by the way. There was a while ago, there was a Twitter thread about, I think it was Lord of the Rings characters as quotes from this president, and it was so funny. I did the same thing, but with the D&D characters. So I have an entire list here at hand. Mayo's quote was, like the quote that was more Mayo-like was, "There's things that are prettier like this, and others that are not so much, and I don't remember any." Amazing. There we go. Before the jump started, I was thinking about making music also for Moonlit Blast. Before I started planning it as the jump project. But in the end, the jump would not have given me time for it because it was only 1 month and I was already short on time. But if I had made it outside the jump, maybe I would have tried to make the music myself. Also because I thought it would end up shorter, and in the end it didn't. Maybe it would have been out of my scope a little bit. But I definitely wanna try making more music. It's fun. There we go. Now a bit of lighter yellow here. Wait so that this part of the hair isn't that visible here, because I really like how it looks in the design. There's like a bit of a braid that is also not visible here, sadly, but it's cute. Just a bit more shadow here. Let's add a bit more of a gradient over here. There we go. The light in the hair. Cannot forget the highlights. That's also another thing that is barely visible on this screen. I can barely distinguish the highlight color from the rest of the yellow. Here we go. Actually, not even on my main monitor that's visible enough. But I can see it a little bit. It's not much of a problem. There we go. Okay, next thing. Oh, I forgot the legs. The shoes are gonna be a different story though. I can barely distinguish the line from the base color here. Let me fix this a little bit. It's like at this point, what's even the point of adding shadows? The shadows are not gonna be visible almost. I can see them on my other screen, but unless it's something, look at that. There. Ooh, that's I'm thinking Pixels, my old friend. You're adding shadows so Sonic can have a rival. Exactly. What would Sonic do otherwise? Oh, that reminded me. You guys have ever seen the Sonic improvised fandom from Snapcube? They announced recently a Kingdom Hearts fandom. I need to see that. When it comes out, I need to see that. Especially because I don't have that much context on Kingdom Hearts. I only played like the beginning of 2, and I also played like the Aqua part of one of the games, the friend's house, and basically that. I don't think I played much more. So I'm gonna watch it with no context. The one where yeah, that's the one. That's the Sonic one. Yep. The one where Eggman has a very important announcement. It's very goofy and Donald. And also Michael Rat, I've heard. Maybe you should watch the game first, but wouldn't it be funnier to watch the fun dub first and then watch the game or play it? I think it would make it funnier, because then I would be remembering the fun dub things and laughing even more. I wouldn't be able to take the game seriously. Does it involve the moon? The Sonic one? Yes. The Kingdom Hearts one? I have no idea. We'll have to see when it comes out. Maybe someone in Kingdom Hearts will end up having an announcement to make. Very important announcement. But if you want something that involves the moon, you can always play Moonlit Blast. It's even in the title, look! Moonlit Blast. Now free on Itch.io. Yo, Isaac, welcome! How's it going? How have you been doing? Welcome to the stream. You're here just in time to see the end of the first list. We're finishing the first list today. Let's go. Yeah, I've also been doing well. All good over here, being productive. Getting out the lamp. The lamp's gonna be maybe a bit weirder to shade, but I'm gonna shade it like I usually do metal. I think that will work. Heard you had a blackout last week, you doing okay after that? Yeah, it was only on Monday. It was on the entire country, which was really, really scary. But it was solved after a few hours. We spent... It was like a day that did not exist. They did not exist. But fortunately it was solved, like, around night more or less, in most places. And it hasn't given any trouble after that, so all good. But just in case, I'm gonna save, because you never know when something might happen. It was kinda scary though, because everyone was freaking out, like, wait, this is in the entire country. People were like incommunicated, their phones didn't work, also we had no light. I was not able to cook at home because my stove is electric. So it was like, oh well, what do I do now? But I went to a family member's house and I was able to cook there, fortunately. It was just an experience. Truly something. You know what, Alberto, I will eat pasta on the moon. Do you think that would count as a pastime? Never mind, that was not a good one. Yeah, blackouts are common. I've also had some blackouts where they've taken some hours to fix the power. But it was the first time I experienced a blackout of the entire country. It was the whole... It was not even just Spain. It also affected Portugal and the south of France. Like, wow. That is a lot. Where did all that electricity go? Can you imagine that they took it to power a super powerful time machine? Imagine. In secret. Oh, I did not paint the shadows of the hands. Whoops. Let's go. Maybe for this should be a bit lighter. Now the cape. We're almost done. I can't believe it. Wow. The first list is almost done. Oh my god. Let's go. So close, so close. Didn't paint that. I need to start the power line. Oh yeah. Yep. That happens sometimes. At least that can be solved easily because it's something that happens very often. So it's not something they are not prepared for. But it's still scary to suddenly see the light go out and be there in the darkness like, oh no. And one of the most worrying things is like the fridge. Like, oh no, what about all the things I've got in the fridge? What about the things in the freezer? Oh no. That was like my biggest concern for myself at the moment. Because I was lucky that I was at home. I at least I was at home. It's not like I was one of the people who were stuck at work because they could not take public transport because the train did not work. Or people stuck in elevators. That was like my first thought about, oh no. People cannot get out of the elevators probably. That's horrible. That would be incredibly scary. Oh, it took like a day to get the power fix. Was starting work at that time? Oh no. That's a horrible coincidence. Man. It's one of those moments that make you realize, wow, we really depend a lot on electricity. Can you imagine that this whole blackout thing was just like a campaign to make people realize how attached we are to our phones? Can you imagine that? See what happens when you cannot use your phone in the whole day? People become desperate. We have become addicted to phones and electricity. We need to go back to medieval times. That would be kind of funny. one can be darker. There we go. Yay, almost done with the first list. So close. We're gonna finish it today, like some minutes from now. Your minutes are counted. First list of Pain Monday. This ends today. Get this line. I think I'm gonna make this one a bit darker too. This way it contrasts some more. Let's see. This one here. I'm excited to start with the next list. It's gonna take way less to finish it because there's much more few characters than this one. This one is the longest, definitely. Longest by far. I think the longest one of the others has like 50 characters at most, more or less. So that's definitely gonna take way less. Here we go. Hey, bro. So the next arcs of Pain Monday are gonna be way shorter than this first one. This was just the introductory arc, you could say. Just the beginning. We have beaten the tutorial. The longest tutorial ever. Alright. Now the eyes. Oh wait. Give a bit of shape to the eyelash. There we go. Cute. Make it a bit darker. See more unpainted dots here and there. Nice. Okay. Oh, I forgot to paint some shadows in the lamp. Forgot about that. I wanted to paint it kind of like I paint metal. So I guess This would work. I think the shadows here is a little bit hard, but I guess this works. This works. Yeah. Okay, I'll paint this one also. The boots probably don't need painting in terms of lines because the shadows are already barely visible. Here though, we can give a bit of a fling of light. We paint the bars like this, I think. Maybe a bit darker also. We do it like this. Kind of looks like it's a bit brighter. Now we can paint the rest of the inside. And also this part. Pretty good. Aside from that, I need to zoom in because I can barely see the difference here. It's very barely visible. What about this? That's much better. Here, I guess. Here. Oh, I know. This is gonna look way better, I think. Now we fix the unpainted pixels. They are everywhere. Wrong layer. And I think that's it. I think we can also add one last detail to make the lamp a bit better even. We can go a layer below we can get a light blue and we can just like draw a circle around it like this. And if we lower the opacity a little bit, it will be like there's a bit of light. What if we put it above though? It can also be above. I think it's gonna give a better effect if it's above because we can see the light a little bit on top. There we go. Even if it's just a bit of color. Lower it. Let me check. Okay, perfect. There we go. We're done. We're finished. We have finished the first list completely. I've probably forgotten something, like always. And I kinda wanna fix the shading of the cave right now. Because I noticed that this could be a lot better. Could be like this. But we're almost done, we're almost done. Just a little bit more. Now it's a lot better. Let's go! It's finished! The first list is finished! Whoa! I can't believe it! Okay, let's update the OC count one last time. 299! Only one away from 300. So close. So close. The first list is finished! Let's go! Ah! After 4 years and 3 months, the first list is complete at last. Okay, so now that this list is done, it's time to open the next list because my job is not done yet. This is not the end of Pain Monday, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Let me go get the other list. Yeah, it took me 4 years. 4 years indeed. It's been a long time. 29 to not 29, 299 FCs on the wall. I don't remember how the song goes. Okay, so this is done. We're finished. So now let's move on to the next one. I had the file already prepared with a bunch of references. Ta-tan! I even put some more that I couldn't find the other day. So now we've got more references. I did not have these ones at hand last time. So now we do. Hehehe. Yeah, thank you. The grinding truly never stops. Let's keep doing our best, shall we? So, who awaits us in this next list? A lot of characters. There's a lot of them. I did show some of the references last time, but we're gonna recap a bit on that and then we can start with the next list. So what's this next list gonna be? It's gonna be fun characters. Still OCs, but they are OCs in settings that are not of my creation. They are video games and series that I have watched that I thought, how would I make a character in this place? And I ended up making my own fun characters in there. So this is gonna be like a throwback for me, looking back on series and things that I've liked, that I've enjoyed along the years and made characters for, just for fun. Let me get some water. So more than looking back on the creation of the characters themselves, it's also gonna be looking back on, wow, this series, this is nostalgic, this brings back memories. It's gonna be a bit more of a recap on the things that I've enjoyed along the years. Starting with Pokemon. There's like 3 characters that are supposed to be in the Pokemon universe here. I had a lot more. I had a lot more of them because I wanted to make my own region with like its own gym leaders and Elite Four and all that. I didn't try to make my own Pokemon because that was too much trouble. But I did make a lot of characters for that. I made the protagonists, I made the rival, I made a bunch of NPCs, I made the professor, and I ended up removing them from the list because in the end I decided not to make the game because I wanted to make other things. So in the end, I didn't keep all those characters, but I did keep some of them because I really like them. So I can show you the others because they are in the pixel arts. They're gonna be really, really tiny, but you can see them at least. I can at least show some of them. Not even the villain team. I didn't get to make the villain team because of one reason. I was gonna make something slightly different. The villain team was gonna be androids. Like just robots that were acting as trainers. That was gonna be the idea I had. I had like an idea for the plot and all that, but I never really developed it a lot. But I thought it could have been cool to make androids as the villain team, because this way it was easier to justify that all of them look the same. Even though that happens with all the trainers, I think it could have been an interesting thing to explore. Yumi's personal region where all ghosts and grass types are buffed for some reason. There's only ghosts and grass types. I mean, why not? Wait, wouldn't it be a little bit hard to make leaders for that? Because you would only have ghost and grass type leaders. Pokemon eat nuggets instead of puffins. That would be concerning for some of the Pokemon, especially the bird-shaped ones. But you know, pigeons also eat chicken nuggets sometimes, so maybe it's not something to be so concerned about. So here in these pixel arts, there are most of the characters I made during that time, but sadly they are circled, which means that they are no longer in the list. So who was there? Who was in this Pokemon idea? The protagonists. These 2 were the protagonists. Let me circle it again. These 2. Can I pick a color that is visible? There we go. These 2 were the protagonists. These were the 2 main characters. And these were their parents. The idea of the story was that the parents were going to disappear and the protagonists would have to go look for them. Yeah. Who's the glasses lady? This one! This one was the poison type gym leader. I've been thinking about maybe bringing her back because, gonna be honest, I think she was one of my favorites. I really want to keep her. I really like her design. I'll think about it because, you know, mad scientist lady, very good. Also poison type. I think that's an interesting idea. So this was the rival. This was the rivals that was also like the shopkeeper. And then these were some of the gym leaders. This one was the poison type gym leader. This one was the water type. This one was fighting type. This one was from the Elite Four, but he was ground type. This one was fire type. And this one is still in the list. She's here actually. She's this one. She's the electric type. And this one, the nun, is the ghost type, by the way, because there had to be a ghost type, of course. And this one is also now currently in the list. We're gonna have to draw both of them. She's over here. She's obviously an ice type. She's an ice skater. She was also part of the Elite Four. And this other lady here, we saw her during the challenge. She has moved on to another list. She has graduated from being a fan character, and now she's like an actual proper OC. She looks a bit different though. She's the metal grandma. She was gonna be originally a rock type, but when I changed her concept a little bit more, she became a grandma that plays metal music. I want a Pokemon protagonist that's just an old chubby grumpy man in chanclas and sweatpants, but with this happy energetic wide-eyed protagonist. Hey, actually, I think I've got the game for you. There's one Spanish fan game that is super cool, by the way. I really recommend it. That has a very different protagonist from usual. The protagonist is an older man, and actually very good character. Let me look the game for you. The game is super cool. It's called Pokémon Reminiscencia. And it has even like post-game and stuff. It's super cool. The story is really good. Here you go. I need to finish it because I got stuck at the final boss. I still need to finish it. And it's also available in English if any of you want to play it. I really recommend checking it out. It's available both in Spanish and English. And it's so cool. Also, it's a roguelike. It's not the usual Pokemon game. It's roguelike dungeons. It's super cool. I really recommend it. So, what else? I do have some more that were from the Pokemon thing. Oh, this one. This one was the flying type. Is the refraction one? I think so. Let me check again. Wait. Yep. It's the protagonist that I mentioned is the red-haired guy from the refraction part. Yep. It's like I think it's like to alternate stories more or less. But I need to check out the second one. That's the one I haven't played yet. I played the first one. Really good. Also, very cool designs. There's a lot of Pokemon Gishinkas there and they are all super cool. What else? Did I have anyone else from the Pokemon thing? Aside from the very obvious Pokemon Gishinkas. These ones were not from the game idea I had, but these have gone to very different places. Because this one right now is a D&D character. She looks a bit different. This one also graduated to the main OC list. He's gotta be over here. I can't find him. Where is he? Ah, there he is. Also kinda looks a bit different now, but... And this one, sadly, she had the design too and was gonna move to the main OC list, but I ended up removing her because she didn't really have any specific role or development. So for now she's in the idea box. She might revive someday. But yeah, for now I think that's all of them. Yeah. But the important thing is the we're starting with these three, which were from the Pokemon thing. And I kind of want to give a bit of a redesign to some of them. Especially these two, like the electric one and the ice type one. By the way, this one, the middle one here, that's a White Spoon. She already has a chibi, but she was gonna be the champion of that game idea. Where is she? Here. This was gonna be the champion. Yo-hooo, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! I'm showing the next characters I'm gonna draw because I finished the first list! The first list is done! Champion White Spoon, yep! She was gonna be Champion White Spoon, the superhero of the region. Yomi stores her unused Pokemon OCs in a PC, just like we do with Pokemon. It's like a matryoshka of storing Pokemon slash characters in the PCs. The trainers store their Pokemon in PCs, and I store the trainers also in PCs. Who's gonna store me in a PC? Someone's gonna have to store me in a PC. You would have Yomi's PC. Oh no, I'm being hacked. Oh no. Who would be the empty slave trainer? Depends on what empties we would need for the journey. Who can we teach them to? Did they ever show what happens to a Pokemon inside the Pokeball? Does it go dormant in stasis? No idea. There's theories that there's like customized rooms for them inside the Pokeball, but no idea. I think they have never explained it. Cat for sure. Cat is always useful. Cat is always there, yeah. Otherwise, how are we gonna get past those pesky trees that start growing in the middle of the path that we could totally not jump over, because that's not what the trainer does. Trainers don't jump over small trees. They have to cut them. It's in the rules. Pun isn't necessary for plot progression, but it's definitely a good TM to have. It's like that. Oh, what was the name? I was gonna call it a spell, but that's not a spell. The move that brightens up caves and stuff. I forgot how it's called in English. In Spanish it's called destello, but I don't remember how it's called in English. Though that was not an MO in a lot of games. It was a TM. Yeah. HM. Wait. In English they are called HMs. In Spanish they are called MOs. And TMs are called empties. So sometimes I get it mixed up. Oh, Flash True. That was the name. That was the thing. Yep. We're gonna have to check who's gonna be our HM. I guess the ones that you end up teaching a bunch of HMs of, like the HM slaves. We're gonna need one OC like that. The one that can do it everything. The one that can do everything. Okay, there's another reference. I'm gonna name the layers because I didn't name them the other day. Gonna have the nun here. Gonna have the electric gym leader. There's the other one. Flash brightens the ambient while puns brighten your day. That is a pun in itself, if you think about it. Okay, and here we're moving on to something else. The next character is from somewhere else, but we're gonna do the Pokemon ones first. Yeah. I think if we can make the 3 sketches for the Pokemon ones, it will be a good start. So, we're gonna start with the first one. We're gonna start with the Ghost type gym leader. I admit, this one was probably my mom's favorite. She went through multiple designs because her first design was a bit different. I think I can show it because... Oh, here. She looked like this before. She looked a little bit different. But then I decided to change her concept for Ghost type nun. And there she is. I can barely distinguish her design because she looks so dark on this screen. I'm gonna do something about that. But I really like her a lot. I think I did a doodle of her with another design as a trainer because I used her as my main character for one of the games. Wait, no, it was not her. I just put her in that character's clothes. Yeah. Because I liked the outfit and I was like, if I imagine her as a trainer, maybe this would fit her. But for now, I'm gonna try to redesign her a little bit. Let's see. What is this? Oh, that's true! She also shows up here. But this is her Gramlo fantasy version. She has horns here. And she's shorter also. She's got horns. And this is a friend of hers, another nun from the same place. Very cute. I'm still gonna keep them here. For now, I don't think I'm gonna need any other of the characters from here. But we can keep it. Okay, let's go. Me sentía mal por mis navajas suitas solo haciendo trabajo pesado. Bueno, para eso están, ¿no? Al final es su trabajo. Just had a flash of brilliance. Perfect. Okay. Let's try to keep the size of the head consistent so I don't feel the urge to fix everything. So what kind of pose could we give her? I have an idea. Also, it was not on purpose, but she kinda does have Hexmaniac energy, right? She would probably have Hexmaniacs in the gym, but again, the gym is supposed to be a cathedral. I have an idea. It's totally the thing Yomi would say when she has an idea. Indeed. Whether it's a good or bad idea, time will have to tell. Let's try... Let's try to sketch the pose first, like I always try. Wait, Team Plasma? Really? She doesn't really look like any of them. I think Team Plasma looked a lot more different. How can she be a Hexmaniac if she would unhex the maniacs? That's true! That's the one thing. I'm like, yeah, that would be a bit of a conflict. She would unhex the maniacs. So it would maybe be Hexmaniacs but dressed as nuns. That's a concept. That's actually a concept. Like an entire what's it called? Entire convent as a gym. That would be kinda cool. I've always wanted that in a Pokemon game, but I don't think they would do it. It would be maybe be too related to real life religion. So I will just do it myself, because it would be cool. Wait, okay, instead of starting adding the details, let's just... She also reminds me of The Exorcist, but she's way cooler, my dad's stronger. Yeah, thank you. She does kinda have that vibe too, true. There could be exorcists also in her gym. Wait. I think if we make the neck a bit smaller, that's also gonna condition the proportions a lot less. I have an idea for the pose. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to draw, but I'm gonna try. Like, my idea for the hands is for them to be kinda like a praying pose, but it's gonna be with the Pokeball in the middle. So she's just gonna be holding the Pokeball at the same time. Maybe a bit closer to her face. Here it's perfect. ¡Yo-hooo Cloud! ¿Qué tal? ¡Bienvenido! Acabo de terminar la primera lista de personajes, estoy muy feliz. Soy la fantasma más feliz del mundo. There's got some Pokemon Legends and stuff like that. Maybe a group of followers of inserte Pokemon data aquí. That would make a lot more sense, yep. That would make sense. It would have to be slightly different aesthetics from, like, you know, real life nuns and cathedrals, but it would definitely work, yeah. It could be made to work. Yeah. Maybe the ghost type nun is not so impossible. Maybe someday it will happen. Started drawing myself with all my Pokemon teams throughout the regions I've traveled to in the games. That's so cool! It's a really nice way to remember all your teams and all your Pokemon. So many Pokemon adventures throughout the years. I think this arm can be a little bit shorter also before this gets out of hand. I'm gonna fix it really fast. Kinda looks like she's gonna eat it. Please don't eat the Pokeball! Maybe she could be holding it a bit better, I think. Add another finger here. I can barely see it actually. When I do the line art, this is gonna be a lot more visible and better, I think. Once drew myself as a dark type gym leader. Of course, my start Pokemon is Wobbuffet. Wait, but Wobbuffet is psychic, right? That's cool though, because there aren't that many dark type gym leaders. For a long time there was none of them. It took them long to start adding some. Let's see. Still want to keep the shape of the dress kinda. Maybe we can put a little bit like this. I think it can be done a lot better. I kinda wanna try to make the dress a bit more flowy, perhaps. It's not gonna look as much as a nun outfit, but as long as it looks cool. Also, her signature mon would be Trevenant. She was gonna have a Trevenant. Something like this. She's got like this white dress underneath. There we go. I like how it's looking. Qué bueno que le estés pasando genial con tantos dibujos acerca. Casi dejo yo el dibujo. No. Hay que seguir, hay que seguir. No hay que rendirse. La verdad es que sin estarlo streameando, este reto no habría podido llegar tan lejos. Sí que juraba que era siniestro. Bueno, si lo piensas, es un bicho un poquito siniestro. Pensando que el buffet de verdad es la cola y el resto es solo un señuelo, eso es un poco siniestro por su parte. Puede ser la excepción del equipo, si no... Nadie se lo esperaría. Ser un líder tipo siniestro y tener un Pokémon psíquico como el Pokémon principal, eso sería inesperado. Was checking in Gen 2, they censored even a monk praying and made him cross arms instead. They really avoid anything religious. Yeah, that's what I've noticed so far. Like, the most religious thing I've seen in Pokemon games was the church in Diamond and Pearl, I think. There was one in one of the cities, the ghost type city actually. There was a church there. In the ghost type city. Oh my god, is that a coincidence? I don't think it's a coincidence. Maybe that unconsciously inspired me. Forgot to ask, where is your JoJo journey? I'm still at the beginning of part 2. Yeah, I am at the beginning of part 2. I think I watched until chapter 3 or so. It has been definitely wilder than the first part so far. I can't wait to continue, but I haven't found a moment yet. But it's been really something for now. Joseph is a little bit unhinged. Tengo una teoría de Buffett. Cuando se debilita en realidad su señuelo está demasiado dañado para ser creíble y solo finge desmayarse para no tener que pelear más. Eso suena muy real, ¿eh? Eso suena mega gracioso. Es muy buen headcanon eso. Yeah, I saw the end of part 1. I feel like it felt short. It felt really short to me. Like, people always say, but part 1 is so boring, so slow. I don't know, it went by so fast for me. Like, I didn't expect it to end so early. I was like, wow, I expected it would last longer. I don't know. The ending was unexpected also. Without spoiling anything, it was unexpected. A Yomi Bears reference? Maybe? Maybe. Wait, let me... I need to look at her from very close up because in this screen I can barely distinguish her colors. So that makes it a bit harder to distinguish the shapes also. Yeah, part 1 was fine. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Maybe it's because I haven't seen the other parts yet to compare, but it's been a fun journey so far. I can't wait to watch the rest. Part 1 is the most normal and traditional story that JoJo has to offer. I have heard that it just scales from there. It just keeps getting weirder and weirder. I mean, it's a bizarre adventure, isn't it? It's gotta be bizarre. But part 1 was cool. I enjoyed it. Okay, I'm gonna take a bit of inspiration from her other design, her grumble design, because that one is a little bit more clear than this one. You can barely see it, but it's over here. Since they wear the same uniform, I can use the potato as a reference. So it goes through the sleeves. The sleeves are pretty long. This goes like this. There's also the neck here. Gonna add the other sleeve like that. One of them turned out longer than the other. Hold on. Wait a second. They are long but not long enough to cover her hands. So maybe this one could be a bit shorter. A little bit smaller over here. There we go. Gonna make it reach her hands. And this isn't gonna be visible because it's behind the sleeves. No, se trazó el doctor. Te hacen esperar más. Típica sala de espera del médico, siempre pasa. ¡Ánimo! Ojalá te liberen pronto. Okay, here there's this belt that she's got. And there's this kind of cross pattern. It goes like this. I'm still gonna put it here. There we go. You know that there's a point where we needed to stop and we clearly passed it, but let's keep going anyway. Gundam meme. Yeah, that's JoJo. I mean, but would it be JoJo if it didn't do that? Sometimes it feels like the author is making up the story as he just progresses with it. And that's kind of funny. Sometimes it feels like he has a random idea and thinks, wow, this would be cool to add, and he just does it, because no one can stop him. Ah, el pedido de latas de Dr. Pepe. Sí, eso también se atrasa a veces. Ánimo. También ánimo. Yo, Bosaku! Welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream! I can't wait to see more of the JoJo's. It's gonna be a fun journey. Okay, now over here. She's got these ribbons also in the old version. So I'm gonna keep them. I'm probably gonna change some of her colors so her design doesn't look this dark. Because I feel like it's barely distinguishable in this screen. So I want to make something a little bit more diverse in color. Maybe give her some more purples or white. We'll see in a second. Well, not yet because I won't be able to paint her today, but at least we can finish with her sketch. Install a new water heater! Let's go! Was the old one broken or giving trouble? Hopefully the next one is gonna work better. Let's go! But now... the veil... Oh, I should not forget the hair. Kinda though? I have an idea, because sometimes nuns do have like most of their hair. Well, most of the time nuns hide all of their hair. But I think it could be a nice idea for her design to keep only this short part visible. I think this would be cool. Like hiding the rest. And then the veil just takes over the space where the hair should be. I think that could be nice. I like it. Yo, Shiny, welcome! How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I finished the first list of Yoshis. Can you believe it? We're with the second list right now. Well, technically it's the fourth list, but I wanted to do it first. So we're gonna for the veil now. It's gonna turn out a bit bigger than it's supposed to be, but I think I like how she looks with the hair kinda gathered, hidden. What happened with her colors? She forgot them at home, yeah. She forgot them at the cathedral. We're gonna have to give them back to her even if they are not exactly the same. I think she'll be fine even if the colors change a little bit. It's gonna be fine. Okay, I'm gonna fix the veil. I feel like it's way too much. You can make the veil a bit shorter too. We need to balance the design. I kinda wanna make it a bit more Pokemon-like, but I don't have that much practice doing Pokemon-like designs. I think this works. Because I think it's okay to give her a lot of frills or wavy parts of the clothes, more like. But I feel like maybe here, like with the old version, it's a little bit too much, I feel. Also, the balance of colors is a little bit off in the old version, so I'll try to fix her a little bit in this chibi. Alright. It's gonna make it clear that it's a Pokeball. Let's see if we can draw the face. Also, let's make sure that the size is right. Gonna fix this bit. This pose looks a bit better. Yeah. There we go. She's got also very particular shape of eyes. Very goth. I think the best part of this concept is that it's just goth nun. I'm definitely gonna have to pick some things of the face, but that can be done in a moment. a little bigger, I think. This one can look a bit more over there. Are goth nuns first nuns or first goth? I guess. I think she's a lot more goth than nun. It depends on the nun. There's different balances. Some goth nuns can be more nun than goth, but some can be more goth than nun. Definitely. Si son monja, ¿por qué las dibujas de frente y no de espaldas? Wait, what? Ahí me perdí. Me falta la referencia. Me falta calle. Es que se la dibujar de espaldas no se vería lo bonita que es. Si son góticas. Es verdad. Si es gótica. Hay algo que siempre va de la mano con ser gótica. Es una monja gótica culona. As it should be. Just gonna move this a bit. Okay, that's a bit better. Es que si la dibujo de espaldas no me cabría en el cuadrito del chibi. Sería demasiado. Also something important, she's got a little bit of eye bags. It's a bit visible, but we need to add it. It's kinda probably leftover goth makeup. Or something like that. It's just part of the gothness. Something I really need to fix here though is the hair. Because the hair is a lot closer to the eyes. Iba a escribir tiene penicilina hasta que recordé que una gótica no es igual a una botica. Es muy diferente. Una gótica culona no es lo mismo que una botica culona. Lo segundo cuesta mucho de imaginar. Let's see. Okay, only the eyebrows. Looking a lot better now. There we go. This part though, still want to fix it. You know who she reminds me a little bit of? She reminds me of another character of mine that may or may not have kind of been an original iteration of this. Wait, not really, because this character came first, but there's another character that may or may not have been a revisit of this character in a way, but very different. Remember Charlotte? Do you guys remember Charlotte? She kinda reminds me of Charlotte sometimes. Charlotte, oh, there she is. Charlotte! There she is. Kinda same colors, I guess. Also being a goth. También es una gótica culona. You know. Quizás se parecen un poquito. Solo un poquito. Quizá no tenía suficiente con una gótica culona. Tenía que hacer otra. Maybe I didn't have enough with one gótica culona. I needed another one. Also, the head turned out a bit small. So let's make it a bit bigger. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger. Proportions wise, something's not quite right. Yeah, we need to chibify her a little bit more. Yeah, thank you. I'm not making her more thick on purpose, okay? This is just part of chibifying. Chibification. Like Final Fantasy XIV, right? So they had a big collab recently. Wait, what? Which one? Haven't been playing much lately. What collab did they have? I vaguely remember seeing something about that, but I don't remember exactly. What collab was it? It's okay, Yumi, we understand. Thank you. Thank you so much for understanding. They just sponsored Whole Life to play and gave them new outfits. Oh yeah, I saw that! I wasn't sure if it was only something on Whole Lives then, because I remember that some of the girls were gonna play some extreme raids and stuff. I did see that, but I didn't know it was like something official. That's cool, that's really cool. Nice. I'm happy for them. I need to check out those streams. I think that would be fun to see. Fix this a bit more. I think I'm gonna have time to do one more. But for now, this is gonna be the first one. There we go. She's got a little bit of a redesign, but I think this is good enough. Wait, is the head size right? Yep. Perfect. Like this is good. You better learn to speak Japanese, because only the Japanese girls got the outfits. That's fine. I don't really need the outfits. I just want to see them goofing around in the game. Okay, so this first character, her name, we can now write down her name. Her name is Anima. Something that I did with the names of the characters of the Pokemon thing was that, you know how Pokemon always gives the characters pun names? They always make puns with the meanings of the names and the names themselves and all that. Let me fix the size too. I did the same by looking for alternate names as translations. For example, a name, what name would the character have in an English version? What name would the character have in a Spanish version? So some of these characters have multiple names. And the name I gave her for a Spanish version was Alda. Not so different, but because it sounds like Alma. Yeah, thank you. I really like how she turned out. Yeah, cute ghost nun. We need a character like that in Pokemon, please. Make the ghost non-canon. That's all I ask. But I'm happy with just the Hex Maniac. That's like the closest thing we're gonna get. There we go. So let's save. And I think I've got time for the second one. Yep. Let's go. Second one's gonna be this one. The electric type gym leader, who also really needs a redesign. I don't want to give her a redesign because her design was super simple. Look at that. It's just a white, not white, a yellow dress. Also, she's like super yellow. I want to give her more colors. There's also this one. Here she's just... I really like this doodle because there's the other two here as stickers. Also, you can see her pixel art here. She's just like yellow and blue. She needs more colors. How was called the white hero? White Spoon. That's the superhero. Yeah. Hasta el papel era amarillo. Yeah. Le puse un filtro amarillo porque, you know, todo era amarillo ya que estábamos. Okay, let's go. Let's try to redesign her a little bit since we're at it. Something that I could do with these chibis is draw them like I would draw their sprites in game. So for her, what I was imagining was that she would be sitting down playing on a console. So her chibi is gonna be way lower than the others. Let's try to also start thinking about something to do with her outfit. Like I kind of want to keep the outfit being mainly a dress because she's got prosthetic legs. So that's something to consider. So this would be maybe with a bit more perspective over there. But maybe I can add more decoration to the dress. Maybe pockets of some sort. Maybe a jacket also would be nice. The idea is that she spends all her time inside the gym playing video games. And plays video games in the middle of combat. She does not care. That was the idea. She's just chilling all the time. She can multitask. Wait, maybe we keep the same base idea for the outfit and add some more things. As for the legs, this is gonna be the hardest part because I don't really have a clear reference of what they look like. Only these. Maybe I can just make them metallic legs and that's it. I think that's gonna be way better. Maybe they can be move it like this. she could still be wearing like slippers. Because she just doesn't care like that. Even though it kind of doesn't matter if you're wearing like metal legs, you don't really need shoes. She could still wear that for I don't know, commodity, for aesthetics. I don't know. Was there any videos, lessons, etc. where you learn how to draw? Not really. I've always been self-taught. I've just learned from drawing and also looking at other artists on the internet, like trying to learn from how they do things. But I didn't really follow any tutorials most of the time or lessons. I've just been drawing and drawing and drawing. For example, if there's like an artist that colors things the way I like, I try to decipher it in my own way. I try to apply it with my own way of coloring. And that's how I keep like upgrading my way of drawing, I think. Also, these headphones could also look much cooler, I think. We could even make them a bit cooler if I was good at designing headphones. Maybe not with references, I don't know. For now, it's just a sketch, so we don't really need to worry that much about that. Headphones are bigger than her head. She's gonna still have a Nintendo DS because that's the best console. I can draw the hands. That's gonna be the hardest part. Drawing the hands. There we go. True, but if you want, going back to the videos lessons thing for art, if you want some channel recommendations for like artists that do like video advice on how to draw, there's a couple that I can recommend. There's a, let me check. Let me look them up so I can send them directly. There's, for example, now besides this channel, he does a lot of like art corrections for people who send him their drawings, and he does videos like doing modifications to the drawings to comment also on how to improve some things, so you can check him out here. And there's also another artist that does very good videos about advice and stuff, and that's Picard. I've seen both of their channels quite a bit, and they always have very interesting things to say and very good advice. I really recommend. could improve also on the hairstyle. I feel like the hairstyle also could use a bit of help, a bit of changes. Because we're designing an electric type gym leader here. She's not spiky enough. We need to give her a bit more spikiness, right? She needs a bit more spikiness. This isn't enough. The bangs are not enough. Is that a DS she's holding? Yeah, it is. Indeed. Because it's the best console. No matter what everyone says. She definitely needs a redesign. Okay, this hand is a little bit off. I feel like this works. Definitely needs more spikiness. The braids, I'm gonna keep them because I really like the cables kinda put between the hair. Maybe we can put them behind her. Like these. But I could also maybe add a bit more spikiness to her braids. I think that's already gonna add a little bit more spice to the design. Because let's be honest, for an electric gym leader, this design is a bit boring. Yomi from the past, you tried, but we can make it better now. We've got the technology, we can rebuild her. Also the pose needs improvement here. It needs to be a bit more this direction. I can definitely also do something more with the upper part of the outfit. How about some extra spiky hairs? Hey, actually, she needs an antenna. How is she gonna get the signal without an antenna? Important. Maybe we put it like here. the legs definitely need a lot more work. Now she has an antenna, now she can get all the signals, she can catch all the Wi-Fi. The dress is still very as it is now. Also we need to add the rubber legs. There we go. I think this is more what I was looking for. She needs to look like she's sitting down. Doing the folds on the dress is a bit difficult. There we go. One detail that I do like about her design is that the eyes are kind of square. Kind of like these. Next few breaks are gonna be around mid-June and early July. It's okay, you don't have to like warn me about your breaks. If you need to take breaks, don't feel like you have to like inform me. So I don't know. So you don't have to feel bad about it. Just take the breaks that you need to take and enjoy your time when you're on vacation. Yeah. Not worry at all. Yay, that's the important part. Her eyes are kind of low, aren't they? I think they are. Here. Oh yeah, this headphone also needs a bit of changing perspective. She needs to look like she's looking down. She's not paying attention to the battle at all. And yet she still wins a lot of times. The power of multitasking. Let's fix this. The headphone band should be a lot more visible here now. How have your cat been doing? They are doing well. They are all sleeping right now. There's one of them in a chair around here. Timmy! She's looking at me now. She was like, wait, what? What is going on? They've all been fine, being adorable. That's something they cannot stop doing, being adorable. Okay, we're getting there. We're definitely getting there, but there's still a long way to go. So, first thing, metallic legs. Important. I'm probably gonna look up references at some point. Do you have a zombie character around that? Yeah, I've got Reliquia. I've got Reliquia over here. Where is she? Here. She's a zombie. A zombie with necromancer powers. She's like a zombie that can control zombies. I think she's like one of the few undead characters I have. The rest are like vampires or ghosts, or there's some others, but I don't know if they are here. Maybe I haven't drawn them yet. We'll see, we'll see. Oh, that's the other. Still gonna give her. Slippers. Digo, mi doctor ya me puede ir del trabajo. Disfrútalo. Ahora eres libre. Alright. I'm kinda stuck with how to go with this. But I'm gonna put the cable plugged in the DS. Oh yeah, true. He's got the... I can make them longer, the cables. Because I think that's something that's very unique to the design, but I didn't maybe use it to the most that I could. Making the cables in the braids a bit longer, a bit more noticeable. I think that could be funny. Let me check something, maybe with some references. It's gonna be a bit difficult designing a character around cables, but it can be done. Because that's more or less the idea. we'll see how that turns out. There's can definitely use some more work. Something that could be a good idea is that cables do have lots of colors inside them. Could definitely do something with that. It's gonna take a lot of thinking. If I get any ideas during the week, I might apply them also. Also, maybe doing something with sleeves. Oh yeah. Since cables sometimes have this kind of thing like this, like this, maybe I could give her some like bracelets, like cables as bracelets. That could be cute. And maybe giving her sleeves of some sort. I just picked the most difficult concept I could get for a for a gym leader of electric type. It is difficult. But what if we rework the entire dress? What if we rework this a little bit in general? Oh wait, I think I'm onto something. If instead of having like the collar like that, we could make something a bit different. So a similar design in my sister's sketchbook. Oh my god, am I your sister? No way. Cannot be right. I have an idea. I think this can work a lot better. Sister is stealing Yomi's design and shaking company, see you. Is your sister Mihoyo? No way. Cannot be. I think like this looks a little bit better. Could still improve. I think a jacket would be the right idea. Let's make her modern gamer. Also, she should be biting the Nintendo DS pen because that's what I did. I did that all the time. definitely gonna look a lot better. There we go. Nintendo, the CEO of games. Oh, no way. Todos los artistas tienen un OT con trenzas y audífonos. Quizás sí, quizás es algo, un patrón recurrente del que no nos hemos dado cuenta. Pequeñas coincidencias. Os as gamers is the same. Gamer OCs is the same. Can we could also add some more details around here? Oh, I know! The wavy pattern, we can also add it here. It's gonna be hard to line art, but it could be cool. If we put it in different places, it could work. Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe here. Like, I do like the idea, but maybe some things if we arrange Yomi into mihoyo, Yomi is mihoyo. The truth comes out. That's why there's various mihoyo characters that look like some of my OCs. Let's see if we can try to put it here. This would be I don't know if I like the pattern here in the middle of everything. I think we can keep the original. At least it's something. This is some progress compared to how she used to look. Definitely gonna be a bit better now. Maybe also a bit of more disheveled hair. There we go. Miss Mihoyo, would you drop the gacha part of your game so I can play them? I would gladly do that. Trust me, I would gladly do that. Gachas are the enemy. I will never forgive gachas for their crimes. I'm not so convinced about the border. The legs can also give a lot of more originality to the design. But maybe that when we do the line art. I think for now, cable, just a random cable here. It's a bit weird, just there for no reason. I think like this it's good enough, at least for now. will give her some more improvements next day, but for now we can write down her name. I did the same with her name, about like translating it, like making different versions as if it was for translations. Let me check about the head. I can still make her a bit bigger. I did the same thing about looking for different versions of her name, and I'm pretty happy with how hers turned out, because her name in English would be Juliet. So you might say, but Yomi, where is the pun? It's because it's a pun on Jules. The measurement unit. And also, in Spanish, the name I wanted to give her in Spanish was very, very different, but I'm really happy also with the pun. The Spanish name would be Amparo. Because amperes, por los amperios. But for now we're gonna write down the English names. Here we go! We're done for today! We drew the first two characters of the next list, and next day I'm gonna continue with the rest, because from now on it's just sketching until we've got more characters ready to be line-arted. Yo, Frederick! Welcome! We're finishing for today, but this will be all. But I managed to finish the first list. First list is done. And now we have started the next one. I'm gonna continue probably this Thursday, but tomorrow I'm gonna try to stream some more games from the jam, because there's still a lot more that I wanna play. So I'll probably see you tomorrow if all goes well, and I can stream. Yay! Thank you so much! Oh my god, I can't believe I finished the first list. It has been 4 long years, but we're making very good progress. Almost 300 characters, just one more. Until next time. Okay, this will be all for today. Thank you so much everyone for accompanying me. Muchas gracias por acompañarme hoy. Así que por ahora cuidaos mucho y nos veremos en la próxima. For now, take care and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.